VatorgamesTV presents another episode of Why Always Me. Vader Games in the building. What it do? Thanks for tuning in. Again, enough topics on the screen. We got a lot to talk about. If you haven't been new to the channel, do what you got to do. Hit that follow button. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Help support the channel. Every little bit counts. We got to make this happen. Trying to figure out if I need to start on the top of that list. We're going to start from the top. All right, let's not waste any time. Got to get into this. It's it's the most important time of the year. Let's talk about it. All right, run the intro. Okay. First things first. My peoples come first. Know what it is. Vader Games TV. Why always me? Help support the channel. All right. Hit that like button if you've been here before, or if you're new, hit that like button if you hear anything that makes you think differently, laugh, smile, whatever it is. Support. All right. Let's get into it. Prior to this episode, or prior to this weekend, I should say, this Saturday, there's 6 games left in the EPL. A match had to be played against Watford at home at the Etihad. I'll be honest with you. There's some nerves going around with regards to the team's form, player fitness. Okay, so going into this match, I just wanted a nice, professional, well managed, strong mentality type game. And I have to say, the players did not disappoint. Did not disappoint. The lineup, I'm not going to go into crazy depth because, as you know, if you're a City fan, if you're a neutral, there's tons of other channels that will go in depth with regards to the lineup, player ratings, things of that nature. I tend to do that on some of the friend channels that I happen to join, Pitch Points as well as True City Fan. But today I'm just going to talk about the lineup, and it had Zinchenko to start. I'm just going to start with the start. Actually, let me start with the keeper. No surprises there, and no shade, but EPL time, right? 6 games left. Ederson's back there. Okay, Ederson's back there. Zinchenko on the left. Laporte, Diaz, Cancelo on the right. Right? That's how lined up. Great to see Diaz healthy again, playing well, commanding that back line. Laporte looking strong as well. Everyone was good. The health concerns with regards to Walker, still nothing confirmed yet. Obviously, he didn't play, wasn't on the bench. Um, Stones, I don't believe Stones was on the bench either. No, Stones wasn't on the bench, but we did have Ake. Ake was on the bench, and actually Ake came into the game, um, came in later in the game, and Laporte got a rest. So those were all good signs, right? Concerns around Ake, they're gone, dismissed. Now in the midfield, had Fernandinho and Rodri. Okay, a little bit of a surprise, but it worked. Worked. That was definitely a surprise, but it worked, and I think the expectation was from a threat and Manchester City being able to control the midfield, dictate happening with regards to possession, there wasn't any concern with having both of them back there. And in all fairness, Fernandinho actually played the more advancing with regards to that back line from a midfield standpoint. Sterling, Jesus, De Bruyne, Grealish, right? Again, where they were on the field, actually many different lineups, many different changes with regards to how they were attacking. But for the gist of it, you had Jesus attacking from that right, Sterling on that left and center, and obviously we had Grealish mainly on that left. But the interchange between all of them was very strong. I loved, I loved the game because they handled their business. They handled their business. At the end of the day, I would have preferred, I'll be honest with you, I would have preferred a 3-0, a clean sheet. And looking at the goal that Watford was able to score, it wasn't the toughest of shots. Would have liked Ederson to have gone lower to be able to keep that ball from actually getting in the back of the net. Believe in Jesus. Came through 4 goals. 4 goals. Mind you, one of them was a PK. Did score a penalty shot. Showed composure. Looking in his eyes, the way the camera was like focused on his face and everything like that, knew the man was dialed in. Dialed in. But the 5-1 was a commanding display of dominance with the game. And to say that, here's a frustrating part. Jesus didn't play out of his body. It wasn't like a crazy game where he was just on fire. It was it was what many Manchester City fans complain about. Took his chances. The decisions in the final third around the 18-yard box, they were decisive, right? It was kind of like, okay, I got 1, 2, 3 options here. Pick the option and reacted to it. One of the great goals was just feeding it off. He got it back and just bang, hit it right on net. And one of the crosses that came from De Bruyne that was just whipped into the 18-yard box. The positioning wise, he just targeted the ball and bang, put it on net. It wasn't one of those games where the chances were missed in terms of like the attempts were off net. If that makes any. The attempts were on net that resulted in goals. And if Jesus, Sterling in particular, can make that more of a habit, laughing. We're laughing. Those guys take their chances um, and make sure that the attempts are put on net. They're absolutely laughing with regards to some of these